Situated between Cuba and Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic occupies the eastern two-thirds of the island of Hispaniola in the Greater Antilles, with Haiti occupying the western portion. It is the second largest country in the Caribbean after Cuba, and offers a diversity of rainforests, fertile valleys and cacti-strewn desert regions cheek by jowl with 4 mountain ranges and 1,600 kilometers of coastline. It is home to the tallest point in the Caribbean, Pico Duarte, at 3,175 meters, and the lowest, Lago Enriquillo, at 40 meters below sea level. The country is larger than the Bahamas, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands combined, and has some of the most beautiful and diverse topography in the Caribbean. 4 mountain ranges running east to west display tropical rainforests and protect lush valleys, while in the southwest and northwest, arid, semi-desert plains can be found. Environment. Hispaniola's geographical diversity and riches are reflected in its flora and fauna. It's the only Caribbean island with desert landscapes as well as tropical highland forests, wetlands, mangroves, and lowland dry forests. Dominican environmental law is comprehensive and forward-thinking, but as with many other areas of legislation, the problems lie with interpretation, implementation, and enforcement. The southwestern part of the country especially is a birdwatcher's paradise. Wild mammals include the huron, ferret, the utia, similar to a hamster, and the solenodon, a rare shrew-like creature that lives in the Cordillera Central and features on the endangered list. Coastal resorts. Although much of the DR's coastline remains unspoiled, listeners will probably be familiar with the names of coastal tourism developments such as Puerto Plata, Sosua, and Cabarete on the north coast and the Samaná Peninsula on the northeast coast, with its virgin white sand, palm-fringed beaches, hills of coconut palms, waterfalls, and small traditional villages with bijou pastel-coloured wooden houses. The seaside resort towns of Las Terrenas and the quieter Las Galeras have recently seen development as the result of the new highway linking to Santo Domingo, the capital, and the opening of the international airport at El Cate. The present-day population of the peninsula is partly made up of the descendants of freed American slaves who settled there in the 19th century. On the east coast, Punta Cana, Bávaro, has been described as the ultimate Dominican success story. It was quite literally built from a barely populated wilderness. The founders were obliged to construct their own airstrip to bring tourists to their newly built hotels, because barring mules, donkeys, or a bone-shaking ride in a truck, there was simply no other way of getting there. Today, Punta Cana International Airport is the DR's busiest. Nor is the area solely a tourist destination. Many young Dominican professionals have moved there from the noise and bustle of Santo Domingo. Continuing our coastal journey, the southeast is home to La Romana, Casa de Campo, Bayaibe, Boca Chica, and Juan Dolio. Inland from the coast, this is sugar-growing and cattle-ranching country. In sharp contrast to the more egalitarian and entrepreneurial vibe of the tourist areas, society here is semi-feudal, with most of the land in the hands of a few wealthy landowners. Landless peasants survive on casual labour and subsistence farming. The starkest example of this being the sugar-growing areas, the cane-cutter settlements, or batallas. The mountains. In the mountain range of the Cordillera Central, known as the Dominican Alps, the towns of Jarabacoa and Constanza base their economy on agriculture, with cooler weather crops like strawberries, coffee, and pimento, and more recently on the development of adventure and eco-tourism. Dictator Rafael Trujillo, who ruled the country between 1930 and 1961, imported about 200 Japanese families to work the fruit and vegetable fields.